Hi, have you ever been excited about a property, be it a land or a very beautiful house? And then you look at the papers, everything seems to be intact. You sign the lines, you make the payment, and then sadly, down the line, you discover that the land is either defective or not genuine. So, on today's episode, we're going to be looking at the importance of a search. I'm Jamin for Seven Oaks Realty Limited. I'll see you. All right, so it's important that we do our due diligence anytime we're about to acquire a piece of property. Any kind of property it may be, it could be cars, whatever it is, it could be, but for the purpose of this, of course, discussion, we're talking about real estate. So land or the building, so you are taking either a company takes you down to either the land, you go do land inspection, or you go into a building, a built property, or a building that is undergoing construction and everything. You see everything, they show you documents, but then you need to carry out your due diligence. A search is done to verify the authenticity of whatever document that you're looking at. For instance, you go on a particular land for site inspection, you go there, you say, okay, the land, first of all, is actually where they say it is. They actually exist. Not where they say it is, but actually exist. They've taken you there, you've gone around, you've seen, okay, there are no signages that said this has been claimed by government or whatever it is, or there are no encumbrances or clashes on the land that says, stay away from this land, beware 419s and all that, so you verify that visually. But then documentation is key. There have been instances where they'll give you a survey, and then the survey given to you, you look at the coordinate on it, and then you see the survey, you are okay and all that, the address is there and everything. But at the end of the day, when you do your due diligence, for instance, you take the survey, you take it down to the Ministry of Lands, and then you tell them to help you authenticate that survey. You discover that the result might come back that the land they actually took you to is not what is in the survey. You need to do your due diligence. You are coughing up a lot of money, not just because of the money, but because you are trying to build a legacy. You're trying to, build that dream for yourself, for your family, or as an additional acquisition to your portfolio and all that. You need to do due diligence. One of the things I would also advise you invest into is a GPS device. Now, when you take that GPS device, you go onto your land. Of course, sometimes you can even have the GPS as an app on your phone downloaded. So when you get to the land, one of the things you do in verifying your search and of course doing due diligence is that you take the coordinate of the land where you are. Once you take the coordinate, you see the coordinate appear either on the actual GPS device or on the app on the phone. So you look at that with the survey in hand to verify whether the coordinates match. But it's important that you take that survey search. So of course you can do a survey search and then you can do a title search. You understand? Sometimes a registered surveyor might come to you as part of the team that are trying to sell the land to you or whatever it is, or the survey was prepared by this registered surveyor and everything. A survey prepared by a registered surveyor does not mean that the survey is registered with the Ministry of Lands. You need to get all this sorted out. You understand? So you have to find out if this land, of course, we all know that all lands belong to government, and of course, such lands could be committed. The land you're buying could be committed by government. So there are ways that you can, processes that you can actually follow to help rectify some of these particular issues, but we'll look at that at some other episode. So you take your title, you go to the Ministry of Land, and then you confirm, of course, with the other documents that you are given. You take it to the Ministry of Lands, and then you confirm. Or some of the local governments, of course, involved in those particular areas that we're talking about, So, but you go to Ministry of Lands, at Alausa, you give the necessary document that has been given to you either by the company or by the Monile and everything. You tell them to help you do a search, and then the result will come out as whether the land has been committed, to government, committed by government or not. So, but there are cases where the land is defective or the land has been committed by government and then you bought it, you can, file for rectification and all those other things, but we'll talk about at some other episode, So it's important to do your search, whether it's the search on the survey or the search on the title, to confirm that the land is not committed. Then, of course, at the end of the day, when you acquire your property, probably you acquire a house that was previously owned by someone, you have to ensure that you also go to the same Ministry of Lands. Of course, you have the processing of the governor's consent for the transfer of ownership to you done. So these are some of the few things that you have to learn when buying your property, and this is the importance of the search. Once you do your search, it comes back to you whether the land is authentic or not, whether the papers are authentic or not, whether the land is committed by government or not. Okay, so my name is Jamin for Seven Oaks Realty Limited. Please, my numbers are on in the description below. Call, for further clarification or whatever it is you might want to know about real estate. Please do like this video, share the video, and of course subscribe, and of course turn on the notification bell such that other content, when they come up, you'll be able to see them. Peace.